Morning, everybody. Excuse me. Cold winter's morning. This morning, fog everywhere. And I thought about doing some taping. I was thinking about talking about indifference and how to celebrate the indifference. I thought I would just talk about that subject because I don't think people understand this concept of seeing here, out there. When we see out there, we essentially see ourselves, because we are only ever seeing or viewing or acknowledging our own mind that's at play all the time. So when we are begrudging our fellow brothers and sisters, whatever you want to call them, other people, we are only ever seeing ourselves. Essentially, there is only one. Oneness is where we live in from this space of reality, because it is impossible to assume another. It's absolutely impossible. I mean, you might be an obvious situation where you would be in an argument, for instance, and you both have a story that you're both thinking about being the truth, and you're both defending that same story. And I think essentially, and I see it in my children, I see it in myself, it happens to me, I get caught up in the trap of knowing. I think I know, and I've worked it out, and that my story is more valid than that other story, or that my opinion is. And I've come to a place now where I realise that essentially all I'm seeing is my own mind at play all the time. There is no seeing anyone else, because the assumption of what I'm assuming, without knowing all the facts most of the time, is that I like or dislike something or someone. And we all do that. And it might be the way they speak, the way they carry themselves, anything, a million billion things that it could be. And that isn't the truth. And this is where we stay stuck, and this is where we're not having a happy day. We're not having a happy life. There's going to be plenty of times where we are going to feel sad, and that is all going to be valid. But a lot of us spend time unhappy because of things they wish were different, and it all usually things that would be different in another, or essentially another situation, another mind, or another situation. And this is where it's important to see that that's where you have the power to change that there is only the emptiness, and that all that you're seeing is yourself. Then you need to understand that the conviction that you have for your brother is the conviction that you have for yourself. So it's an interesting one for me, because only in the last few years have I been able to see my own undoing through seeking to obviously find self. And then when you realise that this beautiful journey, colourful as it is really just about seeing how you carry yourself. And don't stay hidden. I stayed hidden in the awareness that I needed to hide the persona that I knew existed, and it was a self-loathing that I was hiding, because I didn't really like who I was. So then I hid underneath a persona that I created to say this is me. But there is no me. Jim Carrey says there is no me, because all there is really is this moment of seeing. Always. So I hope you're enjoying your day. Really, visibility is crazy. I wish I could turn this around to show you. Can I? No, I can't. So double click. No. If visibility is really, I think I've made myself blurry now. No, here we are. Anyway, stop playing with the phone while you're driving, Auntie, is my mind telling me now. So there's my little spiel for this morning. And be mindful. Be mindful of what you're doing how you're thinking, because that's where the power is. And it's the only reality you ever see, or the only seeming reality that you ever see. So correct that when you're thinking these horrible things that you might be thinking about other people. Correct that. No, don't believe the story. The story is not the truth of the situation. That the essential beauty is in seeing that everything reflected is coming back at you, is you. So this is where I hold the space for most of my time now, all the time usually. But sometimes I get caught up in fear, or I get caught up in competition. just enjoy the space in front of you, and often remember that your thoughts about a situation isn't the absolute truth. So let the stories go, and and voila, I say. So have a wonderful day, friends, and we shall speak soon. Bye bye.